after a while, because as Ms. Ween and Ms. Thurman told you, it's good that they start saying a format in kindergarten, because when they get to first grade, it's spirals, and they really get to grasp the concept, because it gets harder and harder. And we have two centers that will really introduce you to place value. Singapore math has a different concept. It has the math focus, so we'll review counting to 16 and introduce the numbers. One of the things with Singapore math, it has everything is in the book. Place value is it teaches the kids the concept of 10 cubes, as you see, you'll see it on the table. 10 cubes is just one. Like 10, that's it's like your 1 unit, and then then there'll be 3 units. So when we start to do the activities, you'll have an idea of.
So we're spending a lot of time on just going over the language and the wording of the questions. And what works really well with this program for us as being in a testing grade is, here is a sample of the PARC assessment. Now that's the assessment that's going to be used, the NJASK. PARC is the company that has been hired to create the NJASK test. And this comes right off the state website. We just rewrote them. But these are the kinds of questions that the students are asking.
This long strip, we call this the bar here, that represents a whole number. So it still goes back to number bonds, and this is why they have to know number bonds, because it's still in relations to a part and a whole. So if you saw the number bond downstairs, you saw one big circle, which was the whole, and then you saw the 2 small circles, which represents the part. This bar here represents a whole, and we teach them that when you draw the bar models or when you use the brackets under the bar model, if this is the whole, this section is a part, and if we're looking for another part, you can go right back to the number bond and understand the concept.
You always want to recheck, make sure that the difference is.
They don't like to do that at all.
Right.
Until they start getting answers wrong, and then you start saying,
So I
oh.
think it comes down to us, I think, like, my sister was 15 now, but when she was in this age, we used to have her, especially when addition,
Right.
multiplication, with the index.
Yes, yes.
A lot of times she
That's
was
right.
on the fourth, fifth
Be
grade,
fluent.
You know, so.
Yeah, we encourage a lot of that. We tell our parents, you don't have to go out and buy flashcards. Index cards, make your own number sentences, whether it's addition number sentences, multiplication number sentences, but the flashcards can be created, and that's their own.
Do you have more than 10? Once you clean or gone, then you go back to get more, you have to get 10 more, and then you can take the 10
Okay, so I
over,
can
this
put these
equals
in
10,
there.
you can put those, and then whatever you roll now, you can take off the right?
Okay.
And then once your ones are empty, then you can accumulate 10 ones again and take off the red.
Okay.
It's a little confusing, but
The sheets, though, the sheets, when you send home the sheets of how to do the math, that really helps.
that's the one in the beginning,
Yeah,
the
when we
parent
did the,
connection.
the parent connection makes sense. Because then that way, when I looked at it, I was like, okay, I'm not sure what Ms. Freuden's doing with this, but it made sense because it gave us a
You know what the
guide
desk must
on
be meaning.
what to do and how to
Yeah,
help.
that desk must be
It
slanted.
did make sense.
That's fine.
That's
Six.
6.
Okay, they tell you how many children in the hallway, and they say 987 of them, so that's a fraction amount, okay? 987 are girls, but now
Okay,
here comes
so
the
now-
question.
So now we have to
You have
make
to
that.
take 136 minus 9.
That's right.
Yeah, I think we had a, you
So
have,
because
what I
you
would tell
found
them
out
is
the
this is
boys.
the boys,
Yeah.
and now I need girls.
yeah.
Minus all those.
I think you had one homework for Miss Bolas.
Wait,
This is a
No,
third grade
wait.
text. This was the last chapter. Did I mess up?
No, right here. Just switch.
boys,
I thought I-
boys is
Boys
right
and
there.
Oh,
girls.
I'm sorry.
But it's still the.
Yeah, same idea.
Or they'll forget that
So
second
that
thing
was
is,
not
it's not the
second step.
second step.
Yes.
I think you give them homework about apples.
Yes.
And when I cross-checked, Michaela had it wrong because she did it like this.
Mhm.
The first
Uh-huh.
I said, no, read.
Yeah.
when the moment you see more, doesn't mean that
No.
it's,
And that's their
you have
instinct.
to, yes, you have
Answer
to.
the question.
Yeah.
Read the whole
And she was
question.
arguing with me. She said, no, that's
Reading.
not what she said. I said, no, when you take it and it's wrong, I will be held responsible. Let me be responsible.
And that's
Right.
something we've even noticed as a staff, is that we weren't holding our kids to have to answer us completely with full statements.
Right.
When we speak, it was just, okay, I say 3, okay, done. Now we're kind of demanding them to give us back
Full-
our question in a full
full
sentence,
sentence.
and that's carrying, I'm seeing it already.
Yeah.
Oh,
Been
that's
doing it for like a month,
interesting.
and I'm already seeing it in
Yep.
my math. Because now they're
That's
actually
true.
reading the questions to know how to answer. The other day I had a beautiful discussion in my classroom. They're like, I was telling them, okay, not only do I want to hear your opinion, but after I've gotten the first couple, I want to start hearing, oh, I agree with or I disagree with. And their opinions were just flying out of their mouths.
Right.
It was beautiful. I agree with so-and-so because
Right,
they
because you
said
wanna
da da
teach
da
them
da.
that.
Like I'm making them quote their friends.
I have a suggestion too.
That's
I
great.
apologize, But it's something I just started, basically like 3 weeks ago.
Yes.
I find that I'm doing it like on these little piece of paper, like isolates them, and I'm sure you guys do it in class.
It's very chunky.
They're able to go on the board a lot bigger. So what I did was I went out and actually bought a standing board.
Okay.
So now when I check their homework and they get something wrong, I say,
You
"Look,
can
go
see
and write that out."
Yep.
And then they look at it, they're,
What,
oh,
yeah,
Let me take it.
I have a connection. I have a connection, because we
I
have
do
just our
too. I
connection
got
in
one
class.
here too.
You brought me back to my childhood. I had two sisters. We all had our own chalkboard. We didn't have the whiteboard, but we had chalkboard. And that's how we used to do extra work at home. My mom, it was demanded that we study. And not just staring at the paper, we had to work.
Absolutely. You learn more from teaching than you do from doing.
Yeah.
And I
show
say,
me
I
That's
my
what I
son.
do then.
Yep.
My daughter's math teacher, she's in 5th grade, so we're talking.
Or she needs to step back into the concrete, and that's okay. You use it when you need it. But always having those tools there, and those resources there to go back to. Okay, so.
Okay, so if we look at number 3 on the next page, which is page 83. If everyone has a pen or pencil. You just did that one, right? Lane has 16 points?
Yeah, so, you started with me, but.
Okay, so, again, if you see the cubes here, and then they transferred it into bar models, and now, we see that this bracket, because again, this bracket represents a whole number, and anytime the bracket, and
That's where they get confused when you subtract.
Okay, so I have it down myself. I found it at 3, so you say,
It's 5 minus 3.
okay.
Okay, or you can tell them to add the whole, find out what the whole is.
And when you count, when you finish, make sure you count them out loud. That's
Yes.
something we actually do to make sure you always correct your
They
work
have to
before you
write
do a
their
great
name and the date,
mathematician.
it's not even spelled on the board.
So then you're gonna build it.
So, the first one, then we're gonna go on, we're all gonna rotate, so this one, so while they are doing the manipulative, we're gonna do the worksheet, then we're gonna rotate, then we're gonna do some drawing, oh yes, we have a lot of fun activities to do. So the first example is done for you, so put your pencils down, open it, you can finish that.
Write the number in the box.
Very good, write the number in the box. So the first one has 4 10 frames and 3 10 frames. So how many, if we, who could add up all the frames for us? Who could add it up?
So that's
Add up
one
the
reason
frames.
that's important. We always ask you to count, because when we don't need to count out loud, when I'm in the classroom, I want to hear it. So they're going, let's all get them together, because Miss Perry built
Okay,
her
but look
a
at the
tower as
frames, how
well.
many 10
And we're gonna
frames
count
are
them
there?
together to make sure that we have
Okay, and how
a base
many,
10
ones are there?
tower. Let's count. Ready, begin.
Oh, look.
1, 2, 3,
How
4,
many ones are
5, 6,
Okay,
7,
so how many more do we have?
9,
43,
10.
okay,
Very
so we have
good.
43.
And you'll
That's the, that's, I mean,
That's our serious
that's,
one.
the problem they might have is understanding the wording of the
Right.
problem.
That's exactly.
But they didn't say
Wording
how
of
much
They
the
have to
problem.
have a good
Ryan has
comprehension.
one.
Comprehension. If they
Yeah.
don't
Well,
have
they
good
don't
reading
say.
skills,
Makes-
it's
yeah.
hard
times
to
If
as
you're
many
just
as
looking at
5.
abstract
So you
art
have
or
students
something,
one.
like,
It's
you know?
And the other thing, there's something silly, but that used to stop them a lot, was the names. They would say, well, I don't know what this says. I said,
just substitute Bob. Every time you don't know a name, just say it's Bob or Joe or Sam or
Yeah,
whatever.
something
Like,
would
don't let it
throw them
stop
off,
you,
yeah.
because then they just panic and they say, I,
Yeah.
I don't understand the problem. Forget about the name. Just put in any name. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it's really teaching them how to attack those word problems and break them down. It's crucial.
5 times as many, I would think is that Ryan is still having 5.
No, he has
Ryan's
Ryan
five
has
times.
one.
Charlie has 5
One.
times
Yeah,
more.
Yes.
5
but it
times.
didn't say more.
Yeah.
Right.
But they didn't say more.
Yeah, that's.
Well,
that's-
5 times
Five
as many
times
means
many.
the same thing.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
the
5
word,
times.
the wording was tricky up.
It's very tricky, and that's why
Yeah.
we said that everything we ever taught them about keywords is out the window, because it's not,
Right.
you just can't rely on
Can't
that anymore.
understand it
Because
anymore.
usually how many more also means
She didn't have any problem. with
Subtraction,
this
right.
math problem. She didn't have that same thing. How much Ryan has? How we show is 1? Suppose it's 2. Suppose it's
Right.
She got it wrong. She
Go
got
ask
it
your
wrong, and
teacher.
I got it wrong. She said, Mommy, you showed me the wrong way. I said, well, I guess I have to go back to school as well.
she does